When you find a real estate platform that aligns everyone in the entire company financially by making us real estate agents owners, so when the average agent wins, everyone wins, that's the secret to success. And when you surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurial people who absolutely love what they do, they love serving people, they love God and life, and you put yourself in an environment of high energy, high producing, positive people every day, you can't help but succeed in business and life. We are changing the real estate industry and changing real estate agents' lives. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. Hi, everyone. Man, I'm super excited today. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. Today, I'm going to be introducing to you my team here that's been helping me be so successful and going through the Trello system that's really helped us bring our eXp real estate business to the next level. I want to introduce you my virtual assistant, Rod, who's really helped me put all this together. We worked like 6 months to put all the checklists and all the things together for this Trello board. So thanks for being on here today, Rod. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, boss.
And I have my other VA, Mark, here on as well. Mark's been able to help all my team members get the Trello board up and running. When you guys are ready to start attracting agents and you need to start onboarding them, he's going to put everything into place and set all the technical stuff up to get it up and running for you and send you the exact platform so you can go ahead and just copy it and get rolling. And I also have, so I say hi everybody, Mark.
Hi, everybody. Hi, boss.
And then, of course, my lovely wife, Beth, she's part of our agent success team as well. And she's going to be onboarding everyone and walking you through the whole process of onboarding. And she's been a big benefit to the team. So I'll say hi to everyone, Beth, as well.
Hello, everyone.
So thanks again for joining us today. We're going to jump right in and tell you a little bit about the Trello board and what it's been doing for us and what it looks like. So let me share my screen here and show you what it looks like. Here we go. So from the left to right, you can see it says Team Andre's Help Center. So what happens is, what we do is when someone's ready to, they tell you that they're ready to join at eXp and they give you a verbal commitment. You send them a link, and this link is going to have like a couple of dozen of questions that's going to ask them, business information questions and personal questions. And when they click on the link and fill out the information, it automatically comes into our Trello board, and it's actually going to come into right here where it says verbally committed. So when someone verbally commits to you that they're going to be joining soon, then you send them a link that Mark is going to get set up for you. And once they fill that out, it automatically comes into your board. And when you get your board set up, at first you're going to have this Team Andre's Help Center on here, and all these headings up on top are going to be blank. You're not going to have all these people in here. You're just going to have the like the verbally committed application, the onboarding process, 7 days, 14-day follow-up, 30-day follow-up, and so forth. And then we move people through this list. So it's going to make sense as we kind of go through it. But first, I'm going to click on the Team Andre Help Center, and this is what you're going to see when you click on this. And it has all the information that you need to really get things up and running. We have agent attraction training here on the top left, the wealth chart, the eXp pledge, just some really great information on how to get this up and running, the Trello board, links, and so forth. And then you see the onboarding process per state right here. These are all the different states in the U.S. that you're going to have access to. So you can just click on it, and it's going to give you the process, all the special processes of getting the people's licenses over to eXp and anything else that pertains to the state. And then we've also have all these other things, the sky slope tutorials, how to set up different things in your sky slope system. Under onboarding tools and links like CAP deferment, compliance, how to transfer your domain name to Kiwi Core, all the FAQs, teams defined, just a lot of great tools and systems that you'll need through the process. You'll see under scripts here, all kinds of buyer and seller scripts, cold calling scripts, door knocking scripts, just a bunch of scripts that we have here for you. And then over to the right, a lot of the agent tools for the new agent starter kit, and a website for the CE shop for pre-licensing, and information on commercial, that kind of stuff. So the help center is going to be obviously pretty helpful, right? So that'll be the first thing that you're going to be able to see on the left-hand side, and it's going to help you get your Trello board up and running. So let me kind of go from left to right and show you what's on here, and kind of explain how this works and how it's really helped us grow our business. You'll see social media weekly. This is stuff that my virtual assistants are working on. And I don't really mess with it too much, but it's stuff that they're working on. And you can use this Trello board in several ways. We're using it pretty much for onboarding, but you can have several different boards and track several different things, business wise and personal. For business, of course, we're tracking the social media stuff that the guys are doing for me, different campaigns that they're running. You'll see here Rod's working list. My VAs are calling some of my leads for me and setting up an appointment for me. And when they're working on that list, they just grab their picture off social media, whatever, and there's a checklist that they follow, and they just reach out to the people and schedule a call. Once they schedule the 15-minute call for me, they'll plug it over here, and they'll put it in here, and it just gives me the information about the person, their name, where they're from, some information they got off of LinkedIn or whatever, their phone number and email, and that's all I really need in the beginning. And then once I reach them, and I can schedule a Zoom so I can show them the video, then I just move them. You can see I can just take this thing here and I can just move them right over to this list. All right. And then once I move them over to that list, that's for the appointment that I have scheduled. And then I'll talk to them and find out, how interested in it. This is before I actually show them the video. This first call is just for me to, get the introduction and see if they're open to having a conversation with me. And then we'll schedule the Zoom. And then after I meet with them on the Zoom, show them the video, then find out what their interest is, then I move them over. If they're not interested list, they like it, but maybe they're, months down the road, and I'll follow up them once every couple of months or something, or they're a warm prospect lead that they're interested, and maybe I follow up with them every couple of weeks. And then of course the top 200 hot list, and those are the people that having lots of different conversations with, and you're able to put all your notes in here. You'll see I've been talking to Neil here for a while, and I just got tons of notes of emails that I've sent them and information, so I know what I've done and haven't done through that whole process. So that's the stuff that I'm doing to use it before they're actually part of the team. And then, like I said, once they tell you, hey, they're verbally committed, either you're talking to them or maybe someone on your team is talking to them, we send them that link that the guys have built for me. And once they click on that link and fill out the information, it comes into the verbally committed. And we got a lot of cool features here. Like when they put in their exact location of their address, we can pull this map here. If I click on this map, it's going to zoom in. And if you have 10 people or 200 people in your organization, you'll be able to click on that map and find out exactly where they're located to send out referrals. And that's also cool. We're going to get, their birthday, their phone number, their physical address, their email, of course. We get personal stuff about, how many kids they have and their wedding anniversary, that kind of thing. So when you or your virtual assistant or your onboarding person is following up with them and they start getting to know them a little bit, you get that real close connection. And we want to keep it that way because we're all family here, and we're working together to build each other's businesses. And it really helps with retention when you or your team get to know your people, because they feel like you really care about them, because we're celebrating these things with their birthdays and anniversaries and that kind of thing. Then you have all the check-in. We ask them what's the most three important things to them. What can we help them as soon as they join EXP? And they let us know in that first couple of dozen questions that we ask. So you can always refer back to that. And then what's cool, after they've verbally committed and make application, we click on those little check marks there, and it's going to move them over to this application list here. And then once we've moved them to application, there's going to be a lot of other questions that are going to come up. You can see right here, there's 4 or 5 questions about the application that they made application. Did they download EXP World? Did you give them a guest pass? Did they transfer their license over yet? And once you click on all those little buttons, then it's automatically going to move over to the onboarding process. And that's where Beth comes in. And she will get on a Zoom with our new agents and go through the whole onboarding process with them. So like Hassan here, he's one of our agents that came on a little while ago, and we just onboarded him a few weeks ago. And as you can see, as I scroll down, let me let it catch up here. You have the check-in. We checked in the beginning. What's most important to them, so we can talk to them about that after. You see the applications all been checked. We got their birthdays and anniversary information in here, but here's the onboarding checklist. So in the beginning, these are all empty. But as Beth takes about 45 minutes or so, an hour, and jumps on a Zoom with the prospect, the new agent, and their sponsor, we want the sponsor to be on here as well when we're doing it, because we're training the sponsor how to onboard their people. And we do this for free for the first couple of people to help you get your new people onboarded. And then after that, hopefully you'll get your own Trello board. And of course, we give you all this. We give you the templates for free. Everything's at no cost, that we give you a turnkey, so you can just kind of copy what we're doing. But anyway, as Beth goes through the checklist, nothing gets forgotten. Like, she hasn't checked if he set up his KV Core and his domain name yet, because he hadn't done that yet. And she's going to follow back up in 7 days or so and make sure that he did that. Once she clicks on the KV Core and those other things are finished and all checked off, then it's automatically going to move over to the 7-day follow-up. And then 14-day, same thing. There's a 14-day checklist. Then it's going to get moved to the 30-day, 60-day. And then after, it takes about 60 days probably for someone to get everything, they get everything onboarded and a lot of their stuff done. Then we can move them over to what level that they're in. Level 1, 1 through 7. All right. I'll open up, one of my level 1s and kind of show you all the notes and the things that we have in there. But I also want to point out, you see all the tabs, FLA, frontline agent, what's their status? And they're an agent attractor and a producer. You'll see Pierre here's an icon agent. He's a full capper. Team Canada, that's cool because I'm in the States, of course, but I have a lot of people in Canada. When we add that Team Canada tag, it pulls in a checklist for Canada. So that's pretty cool as well. So I'm going to just stop sharing just for a second here and bring up my team members, and just going to ask you guys a couple of questions and just kind of point out some of the things that you've been doing to help get people up and running and what you're doing. So first, I'm gonna ask Mark some of the things what are the technical things that you're doing to help get everything up and running for people. Because what we do is we give everyone the template, and if you're techie and you can kind of do a lot of the background stuff and set this all up, you can do it yourself at no cost. But if you're like me and not very techie and you just want to get it all done for you, we will actually do it for you for $100 US. We'll have Mark take, I think it's like 4 to 5 hours just to do the mapping to make that link work. And he'll do all the tech stuff behind it. But once he gets that done, then you guys you're all set and ready to roll. But Mark, just mention just in a couple of minutes what you're doing to the tech stuff behind it to make this all work. So if anyone's listening, they're kind of techie, they'll understand what they got to do. And if not, they'll know, hey, it's going to be easier and better for them to just have us do it for them. So just take a minute and kind of share a little info with our listeners.
Thanks, boss. So, regarding with Trello, I'm the one doing all the automations, and I'm just gonna show you a sample. Let me just share my screen real quick. There you go. So this is Andre's Trello board, and what we do here is that I set up all the automations, and the benefit of doing the automations is that it will simplify your use of Trello. And an example of an automation is that, like here for a 7-day follow-up for Tatan. Once I click all these buttons here in 7-day follow-up, it will Trello will automatically move Tatan to the 14-day follow-up, and that happens because of the automation. And I'm just going to show you a example of how to do the automation. You just have to go here to show menu and then click automation, and then you go to rules, and by setting up an automation, you just have to click create rule and add trigger. And the trigger is that when that happens, Trello will do this. So for example, add a when a card is added to list, 14-day follow-up by anyone. That's the trigger. So once a person adds a card to 14-day follow-up, add this, for example, add Team India to the card, and then click save. So now we have a new rule. When a card is added to list 14-day follow-up, it's gonna add the label Team India. So put a sample card here. See, so as you can see, when I added a card here on 14-day follow-up, it added the label Team India because we automated it. So that's the importance of adding the automation. And by the way, some of the automations on Trello cannot be availed if you haven't upgraded to a premium account. So that's one of the benefits of upgrading to a premium. You can maximize all of the stuff on Trello, all of the automations. Yeah, I think that's for me, boss.
All right, awesome. So I'll take the screen back here, and I want to share. Go back to my screen. So thanks for that. So yeah, and he just gave you a little bit of information about the automation. There's a ton more, especially when it comes to the mapping to make that link work. There's several hours that's involved in that. But like I said, if you're a techie and can do a lot of that stuff, then we're just going to give you the all the templates and everything that you need. You can just go ahead and do it. If you want us to do it for you, we're happy to do it for you. What I want to really point out what this Trello board is doing for us, it's helping us just keep track of everyone, keep track of all of our people that are coming in at all the different levels. I didn't show, even after level 7, we're not really keeping track of it, but if you want to keep track of the other levels, you can. People that are on hold, people that they're on their way out or they left the team, and you can kind of keep track of all that as well. And it's just going to be a huge benefit to keep everything organized and to be able to take care of your people. I also believe their retention is really huge as well, because when you know exactly what your people need and what they need help with, heck, when you only have 2 or 3 people in the beginning, it's not a problem, right? But once you start getting 10, 20, 50, 100, hundreds of people, you can't keep track of all of that, right? So by asking the personal questions and their business questions in the beginning, getting that up front, what they need help with. And then we keep everything organized to make sure we're not missing anything and people don't get, fall through the cracks. We all know that when you get onboarded, you're moving to a new company, there's a lot of stuff you got to do, from your business card, your signs, and there's just a ton of things. And that's where Beth comes in and step by step walks people through that process. She tells them, hey, if you have any questions, you need anything, you can't get a hold of your sponsor, just reach out to me, reach out to her, because she's going to be that next person in line to be able to help answer questions. And if she doesn't know the answer, she'll find out and get back to you. She's very great with customer service. If you have, in the beginning, normally you're doing this yourself. I mean, when I first got started and Rod helped me build this Trello board, I was doing all the onboarding myself. And I was training Rod on how to do it. We did it 5 or 6 or 10 times. And then once we were both comfortable, then Rod took over, and Rod was my onboarding person. So you may get a VA, and if you need a virtual assistant, reach out to us. We're training some VAs to help us do exactly what my VAs are doing for me. And we're getting up and running and trained so they can help you guys do the same thing. But Rod did that, and he was walking everyone through the process, and we got busier and busier. Rod didn't have time to take care of all my social media stuff. So, we got Mark, and Mark's doing a lot of the technical stuff. And then of course we got Beth recently, to do all the onboarding. So, in the beginning, it might be just you, but then you train a VA or someone, and then you start building your business. As your team grows, you need to leverage yourself with systems and with people. We spent 6 months at least, and Rod did most of all the back end work to get this to work properly. And now it's just been a huge time saver. Gets us organized, and it's huge for retention, because you're reaching out to people before they're reaching out to you, hopefully, and asking them, hey, what can we help you with? And hey, did you do X, and X yet? You told us in the beginning you needed help with marketing. Hey, can I get you on a call with Andre to help you with marketing or whatever? And we're able to really take care of our people. And just a couple of questions that we asked. We sent an email to the group and asked if anyone had any questions that we could cover. One of them, someone had, I think Gina had asked, do you need a premium account to do a lot of the automation? Now, when we first get you up and running, you can get a free one. If you know you're going to do agent attraction and you know you're going to get more than 3 or 4 or 5 people, you want to get this up and running sooner rather than later, because you're going to be able to start using it in the beginning. I had 250 people already in my group before I got it up and running. And I'm telling you, it's hard to get everybody plugged into it after the fact. So if you can get it going in the beginning, even if you don't have the automation yet, you're able to manually put the information in. You're gonna manually put the information in the pictures and stuff. But that link that we can create for you, that'll happen automatically without paying paying for the full premium subscription. The premium subscription is only $119 for the whole year, and it'll do all the automation that you need. Okay. But you don't need that until you have at least 5 people. Once you have 5 people in your board, then you're going to need the automation to pay for we suggest anyway that you pay for the 119 so we can get all the automation stuff up and running and built for you. And by then, by the time you have 5 people, they're having closings, you're start making some income, you can reinvest into your business. But to answer your question, you don't need the premium to get started, but for all the major automation that you're going to need or want, you're going to want to get it. Let's see, a couple other questions that people asked. I'm just looking at my printout here. Let's see. How did it help my business? I think I already really answered that already. And the major thing I use it for is onboarding. But there's a lot of other things you can do with it, even personal. You can have several different accounts, different boards, and have maybe you build out a board for your health goals. And you can put, hey, what am I doing Monday, Tuesday, through Sunday on my health goals. Maybe you can set it up for your kids' school and all their activities. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So it doesn't have to be business wise. You can use it for personal as well. Another really cool thing is we're able to connect our boards together. So like I have Pierre's on my first level, and I have him connected to my board, of course, but he got his Trello board up and running. So when his onboarding person, Sarka, sends out that link to his new people, and she's going to onboard them, when she sends the link out to them and they fill it all out, it'll go into Pierre's board and it automatically comes into mine as well. So, and we can do that all 7 levels deep from all the team members that you're bringing on that are below you, the leaders. That's just it. The people, they're out just selling houses and they're not planning on doing any agent attraction. Even when people aren't trying, they still bring in 1 or 2, right? They bring in their two best friends. What I suggest as a leader is go ahead and you get the Trello board and help them bring on their people. And we'll help you do that for the first couple, like I said, but you help bring on those people and just let them keep on selling houses. But there are going to be, a handful of us that are going to bring on 5, 10, 50, and 100 agents or more. And if you can get this up and running now, you're going to be thankful that you did. Is there any last minute things, Rod, that I didn't mention that you think I should, or that you want to share with anyone?
Pretty much that's seamless, boss. But I think Mark would like to share as well the requirements to or that we need should anyone wanted our assistance to build their Trello board.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Mark. You're on mute. Unmute yourself, Mark.
Hello, boss. Hello, Rod. There are 2 things that we need before we can set up your Trello. First is your Google Access or your Gmail. I'll be needing your email and your password. That's for mapping your form to your Trello board. And I'll also be needing your Trello access as well if you already have a Trello account. But if you do not have a Trello account yet, that wouldn't be a problem. I can set it up for you.
Right. Yeah. And one thing, by the way, boss, I'd like to insert this one. Trello board, as we can also download that in our Play Store and Apple Store. So we can actually you can actually do your business and monitor your business partners via mobile. Let's say you're having a vacation or a family trip. You can still grab your phone and then check the status of your team members and all the stuffs. So it's very useful for everybody. That's all.
Yeah, that's a great point. Thanks for mentioning that, Rod. So yeah, everything I just showed you, the Trello board and moving things over and all your people, it's you can have that on your Trello app right on your cell phone. So like Rod said, you're on vacation and you need to reach out to somebody. Maybe you don't even have them in your phone, but you've got their information in the Trello board, or you forgot what's the last thing that they asked you for, and you remember, hey, I was supposed to do this, and you couldn't remember what it was, but you could go into your Trello board right off your cell phone and get the information that you need. So that's a great point. Yeah, being a cloud-based company, everything we have is on our phone. Trello's no different. I'm going to just bring Beth up here just for a second and just ask her, how it's just explain a little bit of what you do when you onboard someone and how beneficial you think it has been and what the feedback has been from the people that you're onboarding. That's either on my personal team or anyone in our network below us.
Yes, like some things that Andre said was when we onboard a new agent, we always want to get their sponsor on and any other support, administrative people or any other team members or anyone else that could be learning from that process or just knowing more about what's going on with the Trello system. So then we set up a Zoom call, and like Andre said, it's about 45 minutes, depending on how many questions you have. And it's just a simple process, but it's effective by just going through all the checklists. You're getting so many emails when you come over to EXP with all different categories of things, from getting your MLS to your transferring for your realtor board and gaining access to EXP Enterprise and downloading the EXP World and things like that. So we always want you to be organized and always suggest that you, when you're getting all these emails, make a folder in your email account and just keep all of those emails in there for reference in your folder in your email account. So we'll set up the Zoom call, we'll do that, and we'll just go through simply through the checklist, whether you're in Canada or whatever country you're in. There's some specific items for where you're located, and then just step by step, and we just go through everything and go on to EXP Enterprise and show you the social media for workplace and where you get your business cards. It's just simplistic, but it's a lot to comprehend. So we just go through that whole list and answer any questions that they may have. And if anybody needs any additional information, I always look into that information with them, for them, or with them. We go into EXP World. That's very effective, just going right into EXP World and going to talk to the pertinent people where we can get those answers. And then getting them access to Honey Badgers and the Triple F workplace group, and getting them access to National Associations of Expert Advisors, which is awesome coaching for them, and just a lot of information, and just going through all of that, and then following up with them after the onboarding to make sure how they're doing and if they need additional information or help or anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Beth. Yeah, you've been a big help to all of our teams to continue to grow. So that's about it, guys. There's a lot more to it, but we don't want to keep this too long. As you start bringing on, if you bring on your very first person, reach out to your sponsor. And if your sponsor doesn't have a Trello board, reach out to me. We can get you set up. Like I said, if you're on my team, anywhere in our network at all, we're going to give you the entire Trello board system with all the templates for free. All right. And you'll get you can download the Trello app and start with the free version and get it going. And then after you have 3 to 5 people, then you're definitely going to want, if you're going to start building like that, you're going to want to get the automation and then off to the races. Now, if you're not techie, like I said, and you want us to set up the Trello board for you, we're only charging $100 US just to pay for my virtual assistant's time to get it up and running and to do all the mapping, and they'll do that little link. So, and with all your questions, so it automatically all comes in. And then we'll help you on your first couple, onboard your people. We want you and your prospect and your virtual assistant or somebody that you're going to be training in the future to do it for you, all in the Zoom. We'll actually record it, and then we'll give you the recording afterwards, so you can use that for training purposes, and then you're off to the races. If you're super busy selling houses, but you're doing agent attraction as well, and you know and understand, hey, this is an awesome system, and you do want to make sure the importance of onboarding your people well right from the beginning, so they have that extra help. That's another service that we're just starting to provide as well. We're not pushing it, but anybody who wants us to not only onboard their person for the first time and go through that checklist, but Beth will also call them the 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, and help them for the first 60 days to make sure that they're getting everything they need, and that's that extra support. There's obviously a lot of time, effort, and hours set up with that. So we are charging $250 US to do the whole onboarding and the entire 60-day follow-up. And of course, we after each call on those follow-up calls, she'll email you and let you know where they are in their checklist. So that's just another service that we're providing to try to help our team members grow. But I think it's super important, if you're going to be doing agent attraction, you want to at least get started as soon as you can, because it's a lot easier to start from the beginning and keep on rolling forwards until instead of trying to do it when you have 100 people in your organization. Rod or Mark or Beth, any last minute comments? Anything that we forgot to mention before we sign off?
Pretty much, I think it was all covered, boss.
All right, fantastic. Hey, if you guys have any questions, you can call me. My phone number is right there on the screen. 518-569-7173. You can email me, Andre LaFountain at gmail.com or Andre.LaFountain@exprealty.com. And we're here to help you and help your business grow. We're dedicated to your success. Super excited to be in business with you guys. And as always, reach out to us for anything that you need. Thanks so much for joining us on the Financial Freedom Forever podcast today. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you at the next live event. Take care, everyone.